Today we're going to do factoring quadratics. In Unit 1, we took two polynomials and we multiplied them together, specifically two binomials, and we multiplied them together. And to do that, we FOILed. So for instance, if I have x plus 3 times x plus 2, two binomials multiplying together, I'm going to do my FOIL process. So I'm going to do my first multiplied together, give me x squared. My outers multiplied together give me 2x, my inners give me 3x, and my lasts give me 6. So x plus 3 times x plus 2 gives me x squared plus 5x plus 6. Two binomials multiplied together use FOIL to give me this new polynomial. Now in this unit we're going to do the opposite of that. So instead of FOILing, we're going to do the reverse, which is called factoring. So I'm going to start with my trinomial, and I want to convert it into two binomials multiplying together. So if I work backwards, I know my firsts are going to have to give me x squared. The only thing that can do that is x times x. My lasts have to give me 15. The only things multiplied together that can give me 15 are 5 and 3, or 15 and 1. And then my outer and my inner need to give me 8x. So plus 5 and plus 3 are going to give me 15 and my 8x. Now I can FOIL this to check my work. First gives me x squared, outers give me 3x, inners give me 5x, and my lasts give me 15. When I simplify this, I get my x squared plus 8x plus 15, which is what I started with. So my factored answer is x plus 5 times x plus 3. My two binomials multiplied together. So once again, I'm trying to take this trinomial and I'm trying to factor it into two binomials multiplied together. So my firsts and my lasts are the main thing I'm going to use to figure it out. So let's try a different one, a little harder. 3x squared plus 6x plus 3. So I know I'm going to factor it into two binomials multiplied together, always. That's always what we're doing. My firsts have to give me 3x squared. The only way to get 3x squared is having a 3x times an x. Now my lasts have to give me 3. My only options for 3 are 3 times 1, but I got to figure out which order it goes in. It's either going to be plus 3 plus 1 or plus 1 plus 3. So we can either test it out mentally or we can just write them in. And then we can always check it with FOIL. So if I do my firsts, I get 3x squared. My outers give me 3x. My inners give me 3x. And my lasts give me 3. When I simplify this, I get my 3x squared plus 6x plus 3, which is what I started with. So using the inverse of FOIL, called factoring, my final answer is 3x plus 3 times x plus 1. The trick really is in the firsts and the lasts, and then kind of guessing and checking on your way to make sure it works. Now we have another method we can use to solve these. So if we use the same one, 3x squared plus 6x plus 3, we can use this grid method. And so in the top left, I'm going to put my 3x squared, my firsts, and my bottom right, I'm going to put my 3. And then it's kind of like a Punnett square where I'm going to multiply together. So 3x times 3 give me my 3x squared. And then to get my 3, I know it's got to be, once again, a 3 and a 1. So I'm going to put those on the outside. And so I can kind of guess and check it. So if I put plus 3 there and plus 1 there, 3x times 1 is 3x, 3 times x is 3x. And then when I combine these, I'm going to get 3x squared plus 6x plus 3, just like before. So my factored version is my numbers on the outside. X plus 1, 3x plus 3. Just another method that we can use to solve factoring our quadratics. Let's look at the first problem on the assignment that you have today. X squared minus 7x minus 18. I know it's going to factor into two quadratics, two binomials. X squared, the only way I can get that is x and x. Now I got minus 18. So 18 can factor into 6 times 3, it can factor into 9 times 2, and it can factor into 18 times 1. And then keep in mind it's a negative 18, so one of those numbers in each of these factors would have to be negative. So negative 6 times 3, or negative 9 times 2. And then if I do negative 9 and 2, that's going to give me my negative 7x when I FOIL it. So x squared is my first, my outer is negative 2x, my inner is negative 9x, my last is negative 18. When I combine, I get x squared minus 7x minus 18. So my factored version is x minus 9, x plus 2. Once again, we can do this with our grid method, so let's use the same one, x squared minus 7x minus 18. I got my grid, in my upper left I put x squared, my first, and the only ways I can get that is x and x, and then negative 18. So once again, I can break negative 18 down into 6 and 3, 9 and 2, or 18 and 1. In this case, we guessed and checked and found that negative 9 and positive 2. So when I do my Punnett square, I do negative 9 times x is negative 9x, 2 times x is 2x, and then when I combine it, I get x squared minus 7x minus 18. So my factored version is those outside numbers, x minus 9, x plus 2. My factored version is the binomials multiplied together.